At one point, the most powerful fleet in the South China Sea wasn't controlled by an emperor, a navy, or a kingdom. It was controlled by a former prostitute. Her ships numbered in the hundreds, her followers numbered in the tens of thousands. Entire coastal cities paid her for protection. Merchant captains feared her more than storms. And when one of the largest empires on Earth tried to destroy her, it failed. This is the story of Ching Shih, the pirate queen who ruled an outlaw empire so powerful that even the Chinese government struggled to stop her. The story begins in southern China during the early 1800s. The Qing Dynasty ruled a vast empire stretching across millions of square miles. On paper, it appeared strong and stable. But along the southern coast, reality looked very different. Trade routes crisscrossed the South China Sea. Fishing villages dotted the coastline. Merchant ships carried silk, porcelain, tea, and silver between ports. It was one of the busiest maritime regions in the world, and it was also one of the most dangerous. Piracy had become a thriving business. Bands of pirates attacked merchants, raided villages, kidnapped wealthy travelers, and fought each other for territory. Some pirate fleets grew so large that they resembled floating armies more than criminal gangs. Into this world stepped a woman named Shi Yang. Very little is known about her early life. Historical records suggest she worked in a floating brothel in Canton, one of China's busiest trading cities. There, she learned something that would prove more valuable than gold. Information. Merchants talked. Officials bragged. Sailors shared rumors. Powerful men revealed secrets they never intended anyone else to hear. Then, in 1801, her life changed forever. A notorious pirate commander named Zheng Yi captured her. According to many accounts, he intended to make her his wife. But Shi Yang was no passive prize. If the stories are true, she negotiated from a position of strength. She agreed to marry Zheng Yi only after securing influence within his organization and access to a share of its wealth and decision-making. Whether every detail is accurate or not, one thing is certain. After the marriage, she quickly became far more than a pirate captain's wife. She became one of the most important figures in the entire pirate confederation. Together, Zheng Yi and Shi Yang expanded their power across the South China Sea. Pirate fleets that had once fought each other were brought into a loose alliance. Different fleets flew different colored flags to distinguish their groups: red, black, blue, yellow, white. Each controlled different territories and operations. At the center stood the powerful Red Flag Fleet. As the alliance expanded, its influence spread across hundreds of miles of coastline. Merchant ships paid tribute. Fishing communities paid protection money. Local officials often looked the other way. The Pirate Confederation was becoming something extraordinary. Not just a gang, a system, a shadow government operating on the water. Then disaster struck. In 1807, Zheng Yi died unexpectedly during a storm. His death should have shattered everything. Most pirate organizations collapsed when powerful leaders died. Rival captains usually fought for control. Alliances dissolved. Violence followed. Thousands of armed pirates suddenly found themselves without a clear leader. The Confederation stood on the edge of civil war. This was the moment that changed history. Instead of disappearing into the background, Shi Yang made her move. She worked quickly. She secured the loyalty of influential captains. She negotiated alliances. She exploited rivalries. Most importantly, she formed a partnership with Zheng Yi's adopted son, Zhang Bao. The arrangement strengthened her political position and prevented competitors from seizing power. One by one, potential challengers fell into line. The widow of a pirate commander had become the ruler of one of the largest pirate organizations in history. And she was just getting started. Under her leadership, the Confederation reached astonishing levels of power. Some estimates suggest her network included more than 1,500 ships and as many as 70,000 pirates. The exact numbers remain debated by historians, but everyone agrees on one thing. The scale was enormous. Imagine standing on a coastal cliff and looking toward the horizon. Instead of seeing a few pirate ships, you would see fleets, rows of sails, hundreds of vessels moving across the water, enough manpower to overwhelm towns, merchant convoys, and military patrols. The South China Sea was becoming Ching Shih's kingdom. What made her especially dangerous wasn't simply her fleet. It was her discipline. Many pirate groups were chaotic. Her organization was not. She established strict rules. Unauthorized theft from the pirate treasury could result in execution. Disobeying orders could bring severe punishment. Captives were regulated under detailed codes. Loot had to be distributed according to specific procedures. Pirates who broke important rules faced brutal consequences. The regulations were harsh, but they created something rare among criminal organizations: order. Her fleet functioned with surprising efficiency. While governments struggled with corruption and bureaucracy, the Pirate Confederation operated with speed and unity. As power grew, so did ambition. Pirates raided villages throughout southern China. Merchant traffic came under constant threat. Some coastal communities paid regular tribute simply to avoid attack. Others supplied food and resources. In certain regions, local residents feared pirate retaliation more than imperial punishment. The Qing government could no longer ignore the problem. Military expeditions were launched. Warships were dispatched. Officials promised victory. Again and again, they failed. Imperial fleets sailed out to confront the pirates. Many returned defeated. Others never returned at all. The Pirate Confederation knew the waters intimately. They understood currents, weather patterns, hidden channels, and coastal geography. Government commanders often found themselves outmaneuvered. Sometimes they sailed directly into carefully prepared traps. Each failed campaign strengthened Ching Shih's reputation. Every victory attracted more followers, more ships, more resources, more influence. At her peak, she controlled an organization powerful enough to challenge the authority of an empire. Yet maintaining such a vast network carried risks. The larger the Confederation became, the harder it was to manage. Thousands of pirates needed food. Ships required maintenance. Alliances demanded constant attention. Success created pressure, and pressure created cracks. Meanwhile, the Qing government began searching for a different solution. If military force wasn't enough, perhaps diplomacy could succeed where cannons had failed. Officials started exploring the possibility of amnesty. The idea was simple. Instead of fighting every pirate to the death, offer them a way out. Lay down your weapons, surrender your ships, receive a pardon. Many governments throughout history have used similar strategies against insurgents and criminal organizations, but convincing Ching Shih would not be easy. She had spent years defeating government forces. Why should she trust them now? Yet she also understood something important. Empires could lose battles. They rarely disappeared overnight. Eventually, the balance could shift. A leader who survives is often more successful than one who fights to the bitter end. In 1810, negotiations began. What happened next stunned observers. Rather than arriving as a defeated criminal begging for mercy, Ching Shih approached the talks from a position of strength. Historical accounts describe her traveling with supporters and negotiating directly with officials. The woman who had terrorized the coast was now sitting across the table from representatives of the state. And remarkably, she secured an extraordinary deal. Most of her followers received amnesty. Many avoided severe punishment. Some were even allowed to keep wealth they had accumulated. Her adopted son and partner, Zhang Bao, received official military rank. The pirate empire was dissolving, but its leaders were not being destroyed. They were being absorbed. It was one of the most successful exits ever achieved by a major pirate leader. Unlike so many famous outlaws, Ching Shih did not die in battle. She was not executed. She was not hunted across the oceans. She did not vanish into obscurity. She retired. After years of warfare, raids, and political maneuvering, she settled into civilian life. Accounts suggest she later operated a gambling house and lived comfortably. For a woman who had spent years fighting one of the world's largest empires, it was an astonishing ending. Most pirate stories end with a noose. Her story ended with wealth. Today, Ching Shih remains one of the most successful pirates in recorded history. Not because she commanded a single famous ship, not because she found hidden treasure, not because she won one legendary battle. She succeeded because she built something larger than piracy itself. She built an organization, a system, a maritime empire capable of controlling trade routes, enforcing laws, collecting tribute, and challenging governments. In many ways, her greatest weapon was never a cannon or a sword. It was leadership. She understood power, incentives, alliances, discipline, and timing. When opportunities appeared, she seized them. When rivals hesitated, she moved first. And when the moment came to leave the battlefield, she negotiated instead of gambling everything on one final fight. That decision may have been her greatest victory of all. Because centuries later, countless pirate captains have been forgotten. Their ships sank. Their names vanished. Their empires dissolved into legend. But the former brothel worker, who rose to command tens of thousands of outlaws, still fascinates historians around the world. The Qing Dynasty eventually continued its long journey through history. The pirate fleets disappeared. The sails rotted away. The coastal battles faded from memory. But the legend of Ching Shih survived. A woman who inherited chaos, forged it into power, stared down an empire, and then walked away on her own terms. And in the end, the most powerful pirate in history didn't lose. She negotiated and left richer than most rulers could ever dream of becoming. Don't forget to subscribe to Hidden Century Doc for more interesting documentary stories like this. Thanks for watching.